A 45-year-old woman in South Carolina have been arrested after violating a 14-year-old boy. A cousin of the 45-year-old woman said, "I sent her a message on Facebook letting her know what was going on. Like, do you know it's a 14-year-old boy out here saying he took you to Pound Town? And not only is he saying it, he got you on video, and he's sending the video to everybody." In response to what her cousin was saying, the 45-year-old woman replied by saying, "That little MF, he came over here to play video games with my son. And when I got out the shower, he snuck in my room and he held me down and he made me do all that stuff. I tried to do everything to get away from him, but it was like I couldn't move. So I got tired of fighting with him, and I just let him do what he wanted to do so it could be over with. Think about it. I'm old enough to be that little boy mama. Would I look like doing something like that? And how was he recording it? I didn't even see a cell phone in his hand." Police said after watching the video, you could clearly see the 45-year-old bouncing on top and the 14-year-old underneath her.
Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. I hope her son wasn't the cameraman. I really do. This is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous and so full of crap that you can smell the bull crap coming through the doggone uh pot through the reel. This is crazy. This woman know that she molested this child. She came onto this little boy and she had sex with him and she wanted to tape it. I guess so when he wasn't there, she can go back and get off on it. Really? Really? Clearly. And I wonder where his parents at, because you know if I was his mama, I'd be tied her behind. You already know that. Like, this is crazy, violating this is this young man's experience with intimacy, really, and he held her down. This is hilarious. This is molestation. She need a behind whoop.
I'm gonna start by saying I do not condone this behavior. This is the R word. We all know what the R word is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say the R word on this platform, but we all know. Now, that being said, if I was that young man, I ain't telling nobody. I ain't telling nobody. This dude, you around here trying to get some clout. I ain't telling nobody. Man. Hey. It's gonna be
But you know, we live in this era where kids
Boy.
actually post everything. If they're posting the little young girls that they're sleeping with, why this old woman will go and sleep with this child and think that was okay? Like, and I know she knows she was being videoed. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Now, yeah.
And somebody, he held her down when the police clearly said you was on top of her. So how somebody holding you down if you on top riding? He made you do it. How did he make you do it? What? How did you even look at your son's friend in that light? So the boys just coming over, hanging out at the house, and you like, I like that. Right?
It's been Miss Kanisha. I'm telling you, that would have been me. But you know,
oh my God,
if that was my son, you know, it'd be a different thing. But I'm just talking about if I was his age, because you know, like, hey man, some of them kids is almost some of these teachers, these kids age almost. They real close in age. Oh Lord, they real close in age. But,
no, I think they said her age was like she's in her 40s and he's 14.
I know she's a 45-year-old woman.
Yes.
Hey man, especially at that age, boy, you know you ain't busting a grape with nobody. So you might as well keep your mouth shut. Now you done messed up everything.
Well, according
but
to
I'm just saying if that was me. Now if that was
according
my son,
to the video,
I would
he
get
took
the
us to Pound
authorities.
Town.
I would get the authorities involved with that. because everybody is not me, and I wouldn't expect my son or my child to be me, and I wouldn't encourage this behavior, and I wouldn't encourage him to be acceptable uh, uh, to this type of activity. But I'm just saying, I know me, and
This is mind manipulation at its worst. Like,
yeah,
this is crazy. This is out. I mean, like, all these
this
grown men around here, and you mean to tell me you couldn't find a grown man to go and have sex with? And this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing to her child. This is also embarrassing. I don't care if he did tape it and he's showing it to everybody. This is embarrassing. He's going to look back on this and it's going to be traumatizing for him. This is not cute.
well,
Listen to you. This is
listen,
not cute.
listen. But on the real, man, you know,
And
this
look
shit is
at her.
happening. It's happening more often than we would like to think. You send your children to school, uh, and when they get to school, they're supposed to be, in the care of the teacher to help teach them how to be grown, or not grown, but teach them how to grow up to be respectable adults, and teach them different, life lessons, along with math and sciences. But shit, it's more like sex education, practical application over there nowadays with these young ladies, because a lot of these teachers are close to these kids, especially in high school, same age. And, you know, some of these women, they get caught up. They get caught up. That's the same thing with these women that work in the correction facilities. They get caught up. They start listening and looking, and before you know it, why not? I'm not gonna get
But
caught.
you never should be that caught up to
Because let me
be
tell you
with someone
something.
who's the same age of your child. Like, that
So, let,
just don't make sense. What y'all
let me
have in
tell you something.
common?
People, whether they want to believe it or not, you attracted to what you attracted to. But most of us able to suppress the bullshit. We able to suppress it so we don't feel a certain kind of way. But other people can't suppress the way they feel, and they succumb to their attraction. It doesn't matter what it is. They succumb to that type of stuff, man. And before you know it, they find themselves doing things that normal people with any kind of sense, any kind of logical sense, spiritual, that we wouldn't be doing that, man. You're not gonna be doing that. You just don't do it. You just don't do it, and you don't think about doing it. But some people can't help themselves, and obviously they can't, because we'll go a month or so or 2 months, and these
And it
stories,
happens again.
we don't hear nothing. Before you know it, it pops back up.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
see the person in court in front of the judge getting a sentence for the R word, for assault, for molestation. Couple of weeks, couple of months go by, another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. And we get right back on here and we say the same things. We
Mm-hmm.
say the same things. We dole out the same punishments, but it still keep happening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Still keep happening.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, how many times she got to see this? I'm sure she knows this was so inappropriate.
Yes, she knows that. She knows that. But the problem is she couldn't help herself.
Oh
She
yeah, she could
knows it,
help herself.
but she couldn't help herself, because if she could, she would. But just because you can't help yourself doesn't mean what you're doing is right, and it doesn't mean that when you get caught, because these kids are going to tell everything. They're not going to hold nothing back. They're going to tell something and tell everything. You know that you're going to go to jail,
Mm-hmm.
and rightfully so. Period.
This is insane. It's devastating. It really is, because you got to think the rest of their life. And now you go to jail, and who takes care of your kids? I mean, come on. You just got to think. You got to use your head. Now you put your kids at jeopardy without their mom. For what? 15 minutes? A pleasure? Please.